I just told you I didn't want to do no interviews. You said you are going to do interviews. Now you told me to do interviews. Now you're trying to take me away from them. No. Let me show Dante's Boxing Nation some love.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? You know, one of the best and most effective weapons against racism is the whole truth. Unfortunately for us, the truth always eventually comes to light. Now, it may not always show up when we want it to, but it will always come to light eventually. Oscar De La Hoya, he just says something that is really going to piss off the racist Mexican fans and racist old media, you know, like ESPN. But what Oscar De La Hoya said, everyone, including the racists, they already know this to be true. They just don't believe you're supposed to come out, go off code, and actually admit to it, which is what Oscar De La Hoya continues to do in terms of him telling the truth about Floyd Mayweather. Now, before I play the clip of exactly what Oscar De La Hoya said today, let me play the clips of what Oscar De La Hoya has consistently said about Floyd Mayweather going all the way back 12 years ago, 2010, right after Floyd Mayweather beat Shane Mosley. Check it out.
Mayweather is, no doubt about it, in my mind, in Mosley's mind, in anybody's mind now, that he is the best. He keeps on proving it over and over and over again. And tonight convinced me, I have to say the truth, convinced me that he is the best. Possibly, there's obviously a lot of people who will say and who can argue this, but of all time, Mayweather has the skills to beat anybody. He has the talent, he has the work ethic, and people all over the world are becoming fans of the talent he possesses, so we really have to commend him for that. He fought a fighter in Shane Mosley that was supposed to be the most dangerous fight of his career, and Mayweather showed us why he's the best. Well, yes, I did fight all three of them. You know, Shane Mosley and Pacquiao. I have to be truthful with you. Mayweather is on a different level. He's on a different level because he's a student of the game. He will dissect you outside the ring and finish you off inside the ring. He knows how to get in your head. He knows how to beat you mentally, and then he will beat you physically. And yes, he can wait for you to make mistakes. And me, a student of the game, Pacquiao makes many mistakes, and that'll fall into Mayweather's hands with no problem. Easy.
Easy. So that's what Oscar De La Hoya said 12 years ago. Let's listen to what Oscar De La Hoya is saying today.
Everything that he is, or he was, or how he was promoting, or like, he's a pioneer. He's a pioneer. If you think about it, everything that he stands for, everything that he did, you know, in the past, in the present, now, what he's going to do in the future, it's like he's leading the way. He's charging the way. So it's very admirable. All the shit talking, all this and that, and literally my feelings, my emotions towards Floyd is I literally admire him for what he's stuck with, what he's accomplished, the vision that he had in the past where nobody understood it. Everybody just thought, oh, he's the villain and he's the bad guy and this and that. No, he had a vision. He's an entertainer. And not only entertainer, he's a fighter. He's a real fighter. He's one of the best. You're the man, Floyd. I admire you. I appreciate you, and thank you for paving the way.
You know, when you hear Oscar De La Hoya make this type of revelation, it explains a lot. For example, you guys remember when Floyd Mayweather decided to fight Conor McGregor. At the time, Conor McGregor was the biggest star in the UFC, and Floyd Mayweather was like the biggest star in all of sports. Well, before the fight, Oscar De La Hoya, he completely trashed the event. You know, he followed the narrative of racist fans on the internet saying that it's just a circus and Floyd Mayweather is destroying the sport. But then after the fight, years after Floyd Mayweather beat Conor McGregor, Oscar De La Hoya started to call out Conor McGregor, and the truth came out. Canelo Alvarez did the exact same thing. He tried to trash Floyd Mayweather for fighting the UFC fighter Conor McGregor, but Canelo Alvarez also was trying to pursue a Conor McGregor fight. And that right there is the truth coming to light. They knew all along. This man Floyd Mayweather is a genius, inside and outside of the ring. I told you guys on a previous video, everyone, including the racists, every country, wished they could claim Floyd Mayweather as their own because they wished they had a fighter that was the Michael Jordan of the sport, which is exactly what the great Mexican trainer Nacho Beristain called Floyd Mayweather. He called him the Michael Jordan of the sport. As surprising as this may sound, especially with some of the things that Robert Garcia has said, Robert Garcia, the brother of Mikey Garcia, his father that trained both of them, he said that Floyd Mayweather was the greatest fighter of all time. He didn't say it was Chavez. He didn't say it was Marquez. He didn't say it was Canelo Alvarez or De La Hoya. He said the greatest fighter of all time is Floyd Mayweather. And Oscar De La Hoya agrees with him. You see, it's often different when you hear Mexican fighters that have actually been in the ring and they have a name. So whatever they say, they're held accountable for saying it. You often hear the ridiculous stuff from racist Mexicans on the internet that remain anonymous. But a lot of the Mexicans that have been in gyms, have been in the ring, they have actually done this. You usually get an honest assessment from them because of the fact that they see the things that Floyd Mayweather is doing and they're like, how is he able to do it? This is what the trainers are saying. This is what other boxers are saying because they understand the science. The race fans, they're not basing their logic on the actual sport. They're basing their entire logic on race, which is why we call them race fans and not boxing fans. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, then this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elo Diki Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodiki.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram. Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs and defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com. Fellas, I've got some great news for you. If you've lost your hair or have a receding hairline, the time has come when you can finally get your hairline back through a process called scalp micropigmentation. So here's how it works. It's a hair tattoo that replicates the look of your hair follicles when you have fully shaved it down. So to get this hookup, make sure you follow and contact my man Scalp Carolinas on Instagram.